Hit the home button, hit new view, or hit chart, either one of those. You can also take the depth palette and change the colors that you might want to look at. And again, on this side, we've got the favorite set up on the sidebar, so I can change here from 2D sonar, which you're actually reading off the other unit here. I'm gonna bring sensitivity up a little bit more. I just start to see some of those smaller returns.
Hey anglers and anglerettes, coming to you from beautiful Table Rock Lake. I got a special guest here today, Mr. J E Vannatta. What?
Vannatta.
Vannatta?
V-A-N-N-A-T-T-A.
It's Vannatta.
Thank you.
With the double N's. He is with Humminbird. So today we are going to do a in-depth tutorial on these new Humminbirds. I know there's plenty of video out there, whatever, but we've got the man. Any of these little tips and tricks and easy way to do things, he's going to show us how to do that. And we're going to set these up from my units up here on the dash to the ever popular ML2 up there on the front here just a little bit. So I'm going to let him take it away, and we're going to start out right here at the console. He's going to give us a quick little setup to make up my life easier on these two units here, these two Explorers, and J E Vannatta.
Great radio name.
Yeah, take it away.
Okay, Scott, today I'm going to talk about the Xplore product line that you've got mounted on the boat today. And I think you've got two 10s and two 12s maybe up on the bow of the boat. It's the new product we brought out last year. And it's really, the Xplore is my favorite series right now. Has all the features of the bigger units up to the 19-inch units, just in a smaller compact size that fits well on a smaller boat. If you want to put multiple units on the console where you don't have room for a big screen, they work really, really well. When you first get the units mounted up, the thing I ask most guys to do, if you look at the unit, we're going to go to the home button, which is up here in the top, the little house button itself. That's going to take us back to the home screen. And then we're going to go to settings. And on settings, this is where we pull up the main menu like we had on the old product or the Helix product or the legacy product before. And here we have the options of setting up all of our systems right here. But the first thing we're going to do is go to the system button. And that this network info, if you have multiple units, it's going to list everything that we have listed in the network or showing in the network, including all of your units and Mega Live, by serial number and by software. On the newer product, it's important that all of the units be on the same software version in order to communicate to each other. If not, you're not going to see them on the network here. Your setup just perfect, everything is fine. So once we've confirmed that, we just exit out of there and everything is great. What I'm going to do is go to my multi-screen, actually go to the home screen. Going to go to the sonar and then all four screens. Now this one I usually save as a favorite. The reason for that is, all three screens, is any of these features that I want to see, like down imaging, there's a fish on 2D, there's a fish on SI. If I want to see a bigger picture of that screen, a simple two-finger press on that pane will pull up that full screen.
Wow, that's
so
pretty
now
cool.
Instead of saving three different screens, I can bounce back around.
Can you go back?
Now to go back, all I gotta do is do another two-finger press. Goes right back to where we were before.
Now that's pretty cool.
Okay. Same thing on 2D sonar.
I'll be dang.
Or same thing on down imaging sonar.
I see, that is pretty cool.
So the only thing I don't like is on the imaging screens, fingerprints. I carry a rag and a spray bottle with me, okay, to keep the fingerprints off of it. Other than that, that's all three of your sonar systems right there that you can go just with a single touch from whichever screen would be active or get the most detail out of. So if you see right now, we're starting to pick up some bait fish on the 2D sonar, showing on down imaging sonar, and there they are right there on your side imaging.
Looks good.
2D sonar, we're going to jump over here to the chart side. Now, anytime you get a chart screen set up, you can squeeze with your touchscreen side or use your buttons to zoom in and zoom out, whichever is easiest for your personal preference. So if we're going to zoom in here real quick, hit the exit button, put us back where the boat's at. Here we are right there.
And that's a Lake Master.
Lake Master, and right now we have the shading set up. I'm not sure what your settings are, but the red is your shallow water highlight, and you've got up to 4 different sections of color you can put in there to highlight a specific depth. Let's say you're catching crappie 25 foot of water. You can highlight that 25-foot range. Anytime you see a brush pile that hits in that zone, that's your area you want to go fish. It makes the lake smaller for you and more efficient on the water.
And you got different color palettes on this, right? Can you
get? Go here, and we're going to go down to settings, And then here's our depth highlights. So we can adjust those color ranges and the colors. Let's just take the depth highlight one you've got. We're going to take and change the color on that to yellow real quick. See, we just changed that on the screen itself. So personal preference again, whichever colors you like to see. Again, I've used Humminbird and Lake Master for so long, I'm kind of the red, green, and yellow guy.
Yeah, that's me.
But it allows you to zone in those depths that you want to look at.
All right, so we got these set up.
Yep, we're good to go.
Kick it back here, let's take a look at it, and then we'll look at it again. And this is how I have it set up right here. Now, I don't need 2 units, I really don't, but I had the opportunity to set this boat up different in the way we've done things in the past. So if guys are looking at doing this, I wanted to be able to show the 2 units up here. And the good people from Beatdown right here have furnished me this wonderful mount, and I mean it is really rock solid, really nice to use, to where I can move the units around in different places. So that does make it kind of nice rather than having the units just stationary on the console. We designed this console, this is a new console on this G3 1910 SE, to where you can mount an external mount on here, and it's worked out really well.
So what I want to show you here, you've got a couple different ways of marking waypoints. Number one, you take your finger and press and hold. Circle will come up. You can decide what color, default, or symbol you want. As I said before, I'm pretty easy. Blue for brush piles, red for rocks, and purple for fish. We're just going to call this blue for brush pile. Close it out, and we're there. Or you can take and activate the cursor and zoom it in to be a little bit more precise. Use the crosshairs. Mark your waypoint. Okay. So we've got that marked. Now let's say that Scott, you've been really nice, and you're going to give me your waypoints for Table Rock Lake here.
I think it's the other way around.
So what I can do is I can go to this little icon right here. It's going to allow me to draw and select the waypoints I want to give you.
Okay.
And once I've done that, then I can shoot those out to an SD card.
Yeah.
I don't have to give you everything I've got, but I can give you the ones I want you to see. Okay.
And that's also how you can delete those too, right?
Correct. Right. We can take and delete those just by hitting the delete button right there.
Yeah, that's a trash can. Yeah.
And we're done. They're gone.
There you go. That's pretty neat too. Man, you guys, look at y'all. Y'all trying to be somebody in this fishing.
Trying to make it more efficient, time to fishing on the water.
It is. That's really nice. Okay. All right. Well, we know what it's time for.
Mega Live 2.
We're going to go see ML2. That's what we're going to do right now.
So Scott, what we're going to do now is actually calibrate the Mega Live unit. Once you put it on the boat and get it installed, we want to take it out on the lake. You want to find an area between 15 and 25 foot of water that's fairly flat. We're going to turn the other sonar units off on standby, so we're not interfering with the sonar signal there.
Okay.
So I'm going to go down here and put this one on standby. Now we're going to go up to our Mega Live menu, hit the menu button here, going to go down to the settings. The settings are going to go down to installation. Installation, we're going to go down to calibrate, and it's going to ask us if we want to continue. I'm going to take us a little bit deeper. We drifted back in here a little bit too far. But once we are stable here in 15 to 20 foot of water, I'm going to hit continue. And at this point in time, it's going to start the calibration. And you don't want to do anything right now. Let it count down. Okay, once it's gone through the calibration cycle, we just want to confirm it. And that sets us up to begin with. Now we can start kind of tweaking the unit down and get it to look the way
now we're going to play with it.
Okay?
Okay, good.
Okay. So unit's calibrated. So now what we're going to do is, when I've talked to anybody on sonar, Scott, there's 4 things I tell them we're always going to adjust. And the first is range. The reason we do that is on a 10-inch, 12-inch, 19-inch screen, the more you range out, the more you compress the picture, the less detail you're going to get. So you're set about 60 foot on range, which is great. Normally bass fishing, I'll run somewhere around the range of 80. If I'm looking for shad out in the middle of a creek, I may go out to 100 feet because I'm not looking for detail, I'm looking for those shad schools.
You're reconning.
I'm reconning. I'm out there searching and hunting for it. So once you've got that set up, range and the down range, I use the down range. I don't put mine on auto. I'll take it off on both my up and down most of the time. Auto's fine, but like here on Table Rock, we'll be in 30 foot here, 130 foot over there. So I like to have a little more control. Now I like to get my down range to the point where my screen is about 2/3 sonar and 1/3 on the bottom. And then forward range, I'm going to leave you at 60 foot where you're set right now.
Okay.
Now, that to me gives me the best detail. Plus, if you're trying to scale out the size of a fish, if you keep those distances consistent, you can see bigger returns and smaller returns.
Like that.
And there's your brush pile and some fish off to the side. Okay, range number 1. Number 2 is palette. What color looks best to you? You've got a whole selection of color options on Mega Live. Now, I got personal preferences, and I tell everybody that's exactly what it is, your personal preference. So Alabama Amber, I use quite a bit. I also use the electric gill and Doppler. Doppler's probably one of my favorite ones, but again, personal preference.
Yeah,
okay.
I like the Doppler because the fish are in the red that shows up.
Stronger target is a red return. Now, once you've done that, we've got range set, and we've got the color palette set. Then we're going to start talking about our sensitivity and our contrast.
That's this.
That's exactly it.
Okay.
So you got an option for auto sensitivity and contrast, which is a great place to start. But if you watch, I'll kind of clean up all that noise in the background of the screen itself.
Okay.
Okay, so by an auto sensitivity and contrast to kind of clean up some of that noise in the background. The downside of that is you're going to lose some of those smaller fish and smaller returns. So we can compensate for that a little bit by we have an offset for sensitivity and contrast in the auto mode.
Wow.
So you can set it up how you personally like it in the water that you're on. So I'm going to bring sensitivity up a little bit more. So I just start to see some of those smaller returns around the outside right there. So once we've done that, close her back out. And at this point in time, the only thing I want to change is sensitivity and contrast. Now on the screen, we've got both of those available for you. So we can do by touching. I can change sensitivity and contrast myself if I want to off of auto. Or I go right back to the auto setting itself and clean her back up.
Yeah.
I like to run a little bit lower sensitivity than most people because I'm marking bigger fish that way.
Well, you're
I don't
a big
get a lot of
fish
that
guy.
background.
You're a trophy guy.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's why I'm here with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and once we've done that, Scott, then the adjustments we're going to make basically is the range and sensitivity as we go from shallow water. I point it into the bank like this to deeper water. And if you see right here, we start to get a little bit of reflection on the top. Anytime on any sonar system, once we start to bounce off the surface of the water on the bottom, you're going to start to see that shadow.
Yeah.
Just expect it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go back out to the deeper water, past the docks. And there you go, back to our brush pile right there.
You know, and the one thing we need to touch on is the transducer. So what we did before we came out, JE showed us a little bit on how to adjust the transducer. And so let's go to that right now.
Sure.
Okay, so right now we come back here and we were talking about the transducer. So JE, this is a big thing right here. So how do we first need to set this transducer up?
Hey Scott, when it's installed on the unit, on the trolling motor itself, our engineers actually have given you some reference marks on the side here that you can probably see from that side also. It should be mirrored through your forward and landscape and down modes. The easiest thing to do, and the way I typically set mine up from the beginning, is I will take the transducer and point it straight down to the shaft of the motor.
Okay.
And then depending on how deep the water is, Table Rock here, we may be 35 to 300 feet, we never know. But I will start normally by coming up to the clicks, at about 6 to 7 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if you look at the reference marks, it's going to be a little bit less than the forward view. That's because we're in deeper water here.
Yeah, because that's forward right there. That's F, I'm assuming.
Yes,
stands
correct.
for forward.
Right. So, and once we get on the water, then we'll make some fine-tune adjustments. That's a good place to start.
What about over here? Okay, that looks sees it better
There
right
you
there.
go.
So okay, so it's actually just one click on this side would be down.
And that's 6 clicks up. 6 to 8 is where I typically run on this lake. But again, shallower water, you may want to flatten it out just a little bit. The cone itself is 120 degrees vertical and 20 degrees horizontal.
Now, okay, so let's do an example. We're here at Table Rock and it's deep. Let's say I go to Truman where it's only 12, 15 feet.
I may come up to 8 clicks
You may go up.
if I'm doing it
So
manually.
shallower is up,
Yes.
deeper is down.
This way or this way?
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So
Correct.
shallower is up, click up.
Right.
Deeper is down.
Correct.
Because it's deeper, you want the transducer to be more down.
More to the down angle in front of the boat. Correct.
Okay, see, this is a big tip right here. This is big stuff. Okay, I'm glad we talked about that. All right.
So what we did at the bank is on Table Rock Lake, where I normally start about 6 or 7 clicks up from the bottom. All right, we do have reference lines on the transducer itself, which is a great place to start, but then fine tune again off of those markings themselves. So we can go again back to settings. And then what we're going to do is go to installation. And in installation here we got auto orientation, which takes care of all that for us. No matter which the transducer is pointed, it's going to make that adjustment for it. If I turn that off, now what I've got the ability is to change the angle. So if I increase or decrease the angle, you watch the display on the screen itself change.
Now what is this for?
It's adjusting the angle that we have displayed on the screen. So again, if you're on a shallow flat lake,
I got you now.
Okay.
I got you now.
So what I've done is I've adjusted the angle to 73 degrees, and I'm going to take it back down to about 40. Which typically on Table Rock, on deeper water, I'll be running somewhere around the 40 range most of the time.
And what you talked about on the transducer, deeper water around the 40 and the shallower water more closer to 60, right?
Again, depend on the angle bank. See now what
That's
we got,
right.
we're seeing the down slope of the bottom itself. So now by going to auto orientation though,
Which most people would use.
Most people are going to use.
Yeah.
It's going to adjust that for you, regardless of which direction you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so to watch our bait,
So what we're going to do, mounted on the Ultrex, I want to make sure that the transducer is pointed straight with the motor.
let's get this all off here. Let's clean that screen.
So what we're going to do
to where it's
is
full screen. There you go.
Okay, you're going to point the motor straight ahead. You're going to take your bait, just pop it right out in front of us, just about 5 or 6 foot, and watch for the mark.
Yeah.
So it's pretty close right
Could
there.
actually see the splash.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking for to start off with, which we're pretty good. We're pretty much straight on the shaft right there. If the shaft or the trolling motor transducer is not straight, what will happen is you'll get the splash, and as it drops, it's going to come off the screen.
You can see this, guys. You can see how
We got a tree right there with some bait. It looks good.
well, getting down in it.
It
I think you set it up really good. I like the look of it. It's clean. Really, the whole idea of this to get JE in here was to really just give us a look at and set these units up. And I think you've got them set up really good. I mean, a good fisherman right there would probably catch those fish.
Yeah, well, that's what we're missing, Scott.
Yeah, that's the only thing we're missing. So anyway, hey, I want to thank you, JE, for doing this, taking time out. I think this is going to help a lot of people. There was a lot of little helpful tips that you could give and shortcuts and stuff that makes our life easy on these. I think these are easy to use, and I look forward to using it this year.
Scott, appreciate the time. Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right, man. Remember, keep what you can use, release the rest, and we'll see y'all out there somewhere doing something fun right here on the G3 Sports. Thanks for watching.